Howdy, it's Tanya. Now, Eurovision 2025 just happened on Saturday. It was a pretty good year, not gonna lie. I had a good time watching it. Now, of course, where would we be without ranking all of the songs? I'm a pretty positive person in general, so when I rank things, when I give my opinions about these things, it's probably going to be pretty generous in comparison to some of the other channels that are out there online. So, if you're looking for a scathing review, absolutely trashing every single song, this is probably not going to be the place for you. But, well, if you're looking for a bit of a positive vibe, then this is what I'm here for. So the first one on this list is Iceland. Now, Iceland, they had their Jedward duo of Vibe with their song Roa. They got 33 points in the televote and nothing from the jury, which I think is kind of a travesty. Absolutely, they deserved more than they got. And what they got was not much at all. Underrated they were. And the really sad part is how happy and joyous they were when they had when they were given their televote votes. They were so happy about being given 33 points. My heart broke. It was beautiful. The song itself was, it was very fast dance, sort of bit of that sort of house pop style. It was good. The vocal performance wasn't that strong, but the staging was cool, and they had so much presence on stage, and the song is actually quite good. And so I'm going to go ahead and put it in B tier because I think it was a good song. Next up is Poland. We had Justyna Steczkowska with Gaja. Another sort of dance song. It was pretty danceable. It was good, but it didn't stand out too much. There were a lot of dance songs, and a lot of them very much ended up towards the bottom of the leaderboards. This was probably the top dance song, that wasn't sort of a comedy one. And it came in 14th with 139 points from the televote and 17 from the jury. Televote liked it, and I can see why. It's a fun song. But yeah, it didn't stand out too much. I did like it though, so I'm going to put it just ahead of Iceland. Next up, we have Slovenia. Now, okay, this song went out in the semi-finals. This is How Much Time Do We Have Left by Clement. It's a lovely, lovely ballad. Honestly, it's really, really pretty. And it's honestly so underrated. The lyrics are fine. They're pretty good. There are some slightly awkward lines, but overall, this is a really beautiful song. And I'm going to give it an A tier. Next up, we have Estonia. We have Espresso Macchiato by Tommy Cash. Oh, it was brilliant. Absolutely incredible song. And, well, what can I say? The Italians, am I right? It's just this song talking about... It's not hostile in any way. It's out of, complete love, but it's talking about this sort of parody of Italian culture. I think they could have gone further, even. They should have been like, you know, they had... They could have had a bit about Ferrari, you know. I'm part of the Tifosi. Maybe. I don't know. Overall, though, it's a really fun song. The structure was a little bit predictable and the chorus happens quite a lot, but it's just a really good song. S tier for me. Not my favourite in the whole show, but really good. Next up, we have Spain. Now, Spain was Essa Diva by Melody. I got 10 points from the televote and 27 from the jury, which is not very many. Had powerful vocals, it was very danceable, but I think it could have perhaps gone maybe a little bit further with the whole vibe it had going on. I liked it, but I didn't love it. But it was just about good enough to, I think, go into A tier. Now, next up, Ukraine. Ukraine always knock it out of the park in Eurovision, and this year was absolutely no exception. We had Zifferblatt with Bird of Prey. 158 televote points plus 60 jury points. The melodies in this song, the harmonies, the key changes even, absolutely beautiful. It completely stuck every aspect of it, and I have to put it in A tier, S tier even, above Estonia. It was my third favourite song of the night. Next up, Sweden. Now, as a Norwegian, the Swedes, obviously, they can't do anything right. But this was still pretty good. We had Kaj with Bara Bada Bastu. A song about saunas and Finland. You know what? I loved it. This is actually what Scandinavia's like. And it was a really fun song to listen to. Absolutely just incredible. And I'm going to put it up into A tier, in fact. Yeah. A really fun song. But I think the key change at the end was perhaps a little bit... a bit cliche, perhaps. I don't think it was necessary. Next up, Portugal. Now, this was a really good song. Utterly kind of devastated in the final vote, where it got only 13 points from the televote and 37 from the jury. This was Deslocado by Napa. This is a really pretty song. Like, really pretty. Like, this group, this sort of boy group, came on and they just sang the most wonderful ballad. I absolutely adored it. And I didn't have any complaints about it. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it just ahead of Slovenia, because it was just lovely. Now, Norway. Obviously, I'm Norwegian. I have a bit of a bias towards Norway, but this wasn't our strongest entry. I'm sorry. Kyle Alessandro with Lighter. Not my favourite of the Norwegian entries that we've had. Not as good as Gorta, for example. But it was good. With 67 televote points and 22 jury points, it did okay. Didn't quite make it into the top, half, but at least we didn't get 0, so that's alright. The problem with this one was that the live performance didn't quite pan out in the semi-finals or the finals. When you listen to the version that was released and distributed, it's a lot better than the live performance. I think it's still a good song, but yeah, the live performance really hampered it. It's not the most standout either, so I'm going to put it in B tier. But it was good. I did enjoy it. Next up, Belgium. This is another one that didn't make it to the final. Out in the semi-finals, Red Sebastian with Strobe Lights. This is a fine song. It's got a lot of EDM influences, which I do really enjoy because I'm an EDM artist and producer. And overall, it was quite good. The performance was, well, they weren't lying. Strobe lights, yep, had a lot of those. Can I quickly say that there should be like rules and regulations surrounding how many strobe lighting effects you can have or how quickly they can pulse, because there were so many performances in this Eurovision, in this year's Eurovision, with a flashing lights warning, and it was headache inducing. Even for someone without epilepsy it would be terrible, but for if you did have epilepsy, I mean, you just have to leave the room like halfway through. You only get to watch half of the performances. It's really unfortunate. But yeah, it was a fairly nice sort of almost trance style song. And it was pretty good. So I'm going to put it into C tier. Next up, we have Italy. Lucio Corsi made Volevo essere un duro. And this was a really smooth song. It was quite fun actually to listen to, especially when we had the subtitles down on the video itself, which means that we could sort of actually understand what was going on. It was a really pretty song and a really smooth song. It didn't have a specific sort of hook, something that made it memorable out of all of them. But that's not necessarily a negative too much, it's just that it didn't have that much of a sort of memorable moment. But it was a good song. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in B tier, just above Poland. But it was good. Next up we have Azerbaijan. Now they didn't make it into the finals. This is Mama Gama with Run With You. It's sort of a dance song. The chorus is pretty great, I'm not gonna lie. But there's this vocal style that this one had, that Cyprus, Teo Evan with Sh had, which we'll get to. Actually, I'll just put that one up on the next so I can sort of talk about both of them. They have this vocal style, which we had with the song I Am by Australia. I think it was last year or maybe 2 years ago. And it is where the artist goes a little bit freeform with the pitch. So for example in I Am, it's during the verse where he sort of, instead of following the melody, you know I am, it sort of goes, you know I am. And it kind of works with that one. They did it a lot here with Azerbaijan's Run With You and Teo Evan's Shush. And it just doesn't endear itself to me that much. I'm just not a big fan of it. So I'm going to put both of them in D tier. Now, D does not mean bad. I think every song this year was good. It's just less good, is what I'm going to say. Next up, we have San Marino, Gabri Ponte with Tutta l'Italia. This was a pretty danceable track, not gonna lie. It was quite fun to listen to. It didn't stand out too much, but I did really like that the main guy was a DJ. me looking at my DJ deck, thinking like, yeah, I like this guy. And I did like him. It was fun. He had a good time. And I like that he got into the final. I'm gonna give it a C, but it's a respectful C, you know, and the C is still good on this list. I didn't add an F tier because I think every song is good. Next up, Albania. Oh, this was actually really good. I liked Albania's entry. I always like Albania's entry, but this one was particularly a standout. It was really funny when, like, about halfway through the song, the main guy, whose job it was seemingly just to hit the center drum thing every 2 bars, he suddenly starts doing like a manifesto. He just starts reading a manifesto out in a completely deadpan voice. It's really fun, and I liked it a lot. It doesn't stick out that much other than that, but the melodies and the harmonies were nice. They were pretty. It's just, it didn't stand out too much, but I did really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in A tier. Next up, we have the Netherlands with C'est la vie by Claude. I like this one. This was a really pretty song. I'm going to say that about a lot of them because there were a lot of ballads this year. By my count, we had, I think, 8 proper ballads, which is quite a lot. Like, if you compared it to maybe last year, I think last year we had 6. So it was more ballads than normal. And this was a good one. It didn't stand out that much from the rest, but it was pretty funky as well. When the beat comes in, it was fun, you know, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and put it in B tier, because I liked it a lot. Next up we have Croatia. They didn't make it through to the finals. This was Marko Bosnjak with Poison Cake. Poison cake. Poison cake. Poison cake. This is a weird one. It's a bit unhinged in a sort of slightly Bambi Thug-esque way, and it is interesting to listen to. I like it a lot. It's very intense, but it doesn't have that much of a hook. It's fun. It's good, but it's not great. But I did enjoy my time listening to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in C tier. Next up, we have Switzerland. 0 points. 0 points in the televote compared to 214 in the jury. It was second in the jury, and then it got 0. That's so sad. It's a really pretty song. Zoemi with Voyage. Utterly gorgeous song to listen to. 0 points. That is so sad. I don't understand why. But it is a really pretty song, and I'm going to give it an A tier. Next up, we have Australia. Gojo with Milkshake Man. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that I think Australia should automatically qualify to the final, because so many times they haven't, and I find that sad because they were just invited in on a whim and for like a little special occasion, and they stayed. I feel like they should be allowed to go to the final regardless, because I just want to see them there. Now, Milkshake Man was completely unhinged in the best possible way. The chorus was really great, and the lyrics are just ridiculous. I love it. It was fun. I think it could have, in fact, gone further, and I would have liked it even more. But I did. I really enjoyed it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in A tier. Montenegro next. Now, this was Nina Žižić with Dobrodošli. This was sort of a classic feeling mid-tempo track that feels like it's from Eurovision about 8 years ago. It was 2017, 2018. We had a lot of these sort of mid-tempo tracks that were sort of half ballad, half electronic, boom, bunch, boom, boom, psh, sort of songs. And I liked it, but it wasn't amazing. And I can sort of understand why it didn't make it to the final. So what I will do is put it in D tier. Remember, D tier doesn't mean it's a bad song. It's still a good song. It's a relative D tier. Every single song in Eurovision was good. It's just some are better than others. In my opinion. This is all just my opinion in the end. You know, there are people who would enjoy some of the songs I didn't enjoy. And that's okay. You know, we don't have to enjoy the same things. Now, next up, Ireland. Like a Party by Emmy. Laika, as in the Russian dog that was sent to space, but also Laika, as in they say, like a party. Pretty good pun. But they didn't make it through to the finals. It's another dance song. There were a lot of dance songs this year, and it wasn't that standout in comparison, but it was fun. I just can't really give it that much credit, because it was alright, but it was only alright. And I feel sad to say that, because I think they really did make quite a good song. It's just, that was all it was. I'm gonna put it in D tier. Now, next up, we have Latvia. Tautu Metas with Boom and Laimi. This should have done so much better than it did. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Beautiful harmonies. You had, the whole group had these extravagant costumes with like sort of antennae, fins coming out of the sides and tops of their heads that sort of lit up as well. And to top it all off, they had a moment where they all had tails, really long tails. And well, that's all I need. I don't need anything else. I'm a simple person. You show a tail, I'm in. Beautiful. 10 out of 10. This was my favourite song in the contest this year. Absolutely incredible. So good. Next up, Armenia. We had Survivor by Park. Now this was a good song. Very catchy. Very fun. It was aggressive. We had him running, absolutely booking it on the stage with a treadmill, and it was fun. Lyrics aren't that strong. I'm a survivor, staying aliver. And then it was just like, survivor. Yeah, the lyrics weren't that strong, but the song was good. I have to give it a C tier, but don't get me wrong. I will probably be singing along to it in my car when the CD arrives, because it was fun. Next up, Austria. Now they won. Spoilers, Austria came first by winning the jury and still getting a lot of votes in the televote. Came fourth in the televote overall, first in the jury. JJ with Wasted Love. A really nice ballad. Very sort of operatic singing. I don't remember seeing this much opera since, like, we had My Friend and we have Zero Gravity. Those were two of the big standouts in opera sort of in the past 10 years of Eurovision. My Friend being sort of the deep kind of opera, and Zero Gravity being a woman doing it. But this was a man doing the falsetto, and it was really fun. Had a really great voice, and the EDM section at the end was wild. I loved it. It does start quite slowly though, and that's the case with a lot of these ballads, is that they start very slowly, and it's not quite as easy to get into. But I did really enjoy it. I'm going to give it an A tier. The highest in A tier, but it is an A tier. Next up, Britain. You know what? Remember Monday with What the Hell Just Happened? The hell just happened! They should not have got 0 points from the televote. That was a crime. That was so sad. They took it in good stride, which is fun. But... I was sad seeing them get 0. The vocal performance was superb. The song was good. People are saying it was sort of too all over the place, but I think that really sort of made it this lovely artsy piece. You know, it was going between half time and then full time and then a sort of mid tempo. It was fun. I think it even went up to quarter time at some point. It was a good song. But for a Eurovision performance in the year of our Lord 2025, it's not going to win. It was too nostalgia pilled. It was very sort of 70s sounding, almost early 80s. And that just doesn't work that well in this modern Eurovision. It was fun, but I don't think it was sort of it wasn't forward looking enough for Eurovision. It was the same when we brought along Electro Velvet with their sort of electro swing thing, which was good, but it was a bit too sort of nostalgia pilled to really have a chance at winning. I thought it was sad to see them not get that many points though. It was good though. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. What I will do is I'll put it into C tier, but like, you know, it's good. Next up, Greece. Now, this was a fun song. We had Latvia with Asteromata. Getting pretty good scores, over 100 in both categories. Seemed to be a rarity. There were not many songs that both the jury and televote liked. It was just this, Sweden, and Austria. Only those three songs gained more than 100 points from both jury and televote. And I can see why. It was good. It was a fun song. It was slow to start, I'm not gonna lie, but the vocals were lovely. Utterly beautiful vocals. So I'm going to put it in B tier. just by the Italians. I think it was about the same as Italy in my book. I rated them the same, and so I think it was good. Next up, Lithuania. Now, Catharsis had their song Tavo Akis, which had really beautiful vocals. It was the only proper sort of rock song, but it was like a sort of half speed vocals rock song, so it wasn't quite the sort of metal that we've had in the past few years, which is sad. I would have been nice to see a metal song this year, but we didn't get one. Now, the vocals were nice. It's not quite to my tastes, but I did really like it. I had a good time listening to it, but it's not my favourite. What I will do, though, is I will put it in C tier, just to, you know, get across that point that it is a good song. It just wasn't my kind of song. Malta next. We have Miriana Conte with Serving. It was supposed to be serving Kant, like Immanuel Kant, presumably. Famous German philosopher. Oh yeah. I mean, he served. We know it. We know how much he served. What a guy. This was fun. But you know what? I think they could have gone further. The performance didn't quite go all the way. I think they could have gone further with it, but it was fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in B tier. I liked it. I had a good time with it, but they could have stretched it just a bit more. Georgia's next. They did not make it to the finals. Freedom by Mariam Shengelia. I find the mixing in this to be a little bit weird, but the vocals, the harmonies, that stanky chord, really, really good. I really like this song, and that chord especially just raises it. Otherwise it would have been C tier, but with that stanky chord we go up to B. Next up, France. We had Luan with Maman. There was a great voice, but it didn't stand out too much. The performance was fun. You had Falling Sand, which seems like it would have been real tough to clean up after everything. But it was good. It wasn't like, to me personally, it wasn't crazy, but I can see why the jury liked it. You know, it was very, it was something the jury would like. Where it got 180 points from the jury, but only 50 from the televote, which is sort of more where I would have expected it to go. But it was good. So I'm going to put it in B tier. Next up we have Denmark. Sissal with the song Hallucination. This was a really danceable song. Really fun. The mixing was a little bit weird. It sounded like they put this de-esser on the vocals, not in the live version, but in the recorded version. They put this de-esser on the vocals, which you have to do. I especially have to do because my sibilant sounds are really, really harsh when I talk. I've noticed that when I produce. When I sing, my sibilants are crazy. But they went a bit far on this one, and it meant that the whole song sounded a little bit muted. But I did enjoy it. So I'm going to give it an A tier. Just ahead of Spain. It was really EDM. It was really sort of electronic goodness that I love to hear. Next up, Czechia, or Czechia. Adonis XS with Kiss Kiss Goodbye. This is a mid-tempo song in the vein of 2017, 2018, where we had a lot of those. It could have been standout then, but it's not then anymore. And now it's just sort of okay. So I'm going to put it in D tier, but no disrespect. Now, on to Luxembourg. Wow. Laura Thorne with La Poupée Monte le Son. This song is incredible. It's so good. It's a musical ambrosia for the ears. It's beautiful. It only got 45 points. What? No, 47 even. 47 points. That's messed up. How can that be? It was so good. I don't understand. It was brilliant. It's my second favourite song. I was putting it in S tier. I don't understand. It was the second in the running. It was the second song to run, and that is a curse. It's a curse, I tell you. A curse. It's a beautiful song. With the puppetry, the sort of doll way that she moved, the staging was excellent. I loved it. It was a little nostalgia-pilled, like the UK song, because the whole thing was like a reference to the Luxembourgish song that won. Oh, I can't remember how many years ago, where it was Poupée de ci, Poupée de ça. So I can understand. Nostalgia pilling doesn't quite work in Eurovision these days, but it was really good. It was really fun to listen to. Next up. Oh, I didn't want to talk about this. Israel. Look. We're going to put it there. The song was fine. It's not the most interesting ballad. It was well sung. Let's move on. Let's move on. It came second. Yuval Raphael with New Day Will Rise. It came second. Yeah. Next song. I'm not going to talk about it. Germany. Abur and Tina with Baller, or Balalalale. Which I suppose is how they would pronounce it. The hook is really catchy. And I really enjoyed it. I had a good time dancing along to this one. Once again, it does feel like they're trying to make me go blind with the epilepsy sort of inducing flashing lights all over the place. Oh my gosh. Terrifying. But it was fun. And I really enjoyed it. I put it in A tier. Serbia's next with the song Mila by Prink. It's the vocal's pretty solid. It was a ballad. It doesn't stand out that much. So, but it is quite nice to listen to. Once again, it's going to go into D tier, but that doesn't make it bad. It just makes it okay in what was quite a good year. And finally, we have Finland. Erika Vikman with Ich komme, ich komme. And this was wild. You had the sort of the verses and the build-up, and it felt like it was in a sort of minor, and then the chorus comes and it feels like it's in major. It was completely out of the blue, unexpected, really clever, really danceable. But I feel like the rhythm wasn't that good. Like, that main melody was on beat. It was Ich komme, which is fine. But they could have gone for an offbeat sort of Ich komme, where it's sort of Ich komme, where it goes offbeat a bit, and that could have been more fun, I feel, because the rhythm in it wasn't that strong, but it was good. I had a good time listening to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in A tier. And there we have it. That's Eurovision 2025. A great year. Incredible year for Eurovision. Wow. I have a CD coming in the mail, which is going to be full of songs that I will listen to in the car while I'm driving on a long journey. Thank you once again, and always Eurodab. Thank you, Courier and Baby Lasagna, for that incredible song as well. Oh, what an amazing time it was just to watch it. But yeah, this is now Queen Melodis. Gonna be signing off. Bye.